This is Rogue Wing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Alright, ignoring the noise in the background for a minute, I've gone ahead and soldered the connections to the LEDs. As you can see, they are shining through. What I'm going to do, I've got the first coat down now. I'm going to put a couple of coats of silver on top of this, and then I'm going to put a couple of coats of black to help reflect what light's trying to come through the top and bottom into the well, through the lens and out the back of the engines. Alright, kind of put this thing on the back burner for a little bit, mostly because I got a little frustrated with the attempted engine lighting. Came to some decisions, starting with the lighting, and at this point we're picking up from there. The LEDs were not producing anywhere near enough light. Kind of show you what I mean here. They weren't producing anywhere near enough light through that lens. So I changed tactics and changed light sources. This is a battery powered set of Christmas lights that I picked up last year for a Galactica build, well, a custom Galactica build I was going to do. I haven't done that build yet, but these things being pre-strung, battery powered, should work out nicely for the Harlot. They are also considerably brighter than the LEDs I was using. I've also gone in with a really small bit in my Dremel and drilled out holes behind all the vents in the back engine grill to allow for better light coming through. I've still got to do the modified engine nozzles. I have also picked up Crew. This is actually a pack of N-scale figures, but after running the numbers, they are close enough to 1/144th that they should do nicely. And with the variety of figures I've got in here, I should be able to come up with a suitable crew for the cockpit. That said, also took advantage of a download that Scott put up on the net for us of the, well, they were decals that were set up to do the interior of the Falcon cockpit. You can't see a lot of detail in these because I've shrunk them to fit the 1/144th model. And truth be told, I probably sealed them too soon, as you can see where they've darkened. But these will help me add a little detail to the cockpit itself. And at this point, it's time for me to seriously get going on this build. It's been sitting for too long. Alright, further update as work actually progresses, which it hasn't been doing lately. Got the new engine nozzles in place on the engine grill. After the glue's had a chance to set a little more, I'll go in and drill out through the new thrusters through the back here so we can get light out through those. Also went in and using A's epoxy sculpt, finish filling out, or filling in rather, the section underneath the new hull plate. Now time for itty bitty stuff. And I do mean little bitty. That's at max zoom. Got the dish assembled, ready to go on the hull. I have test fit my crew into the cockpit. As you can see, those N-scale figures fit the seats pretty well. Obviously they need some painting up, but they'll definitely get the job done. I have also started work on the turret housings. I'm going to leave the turret itself off as well as the glass out until after I actually get paint on these, so that I don't have to worry about masking off the window that goes in there. I'm debating cutting out this section on both pieces to make it so the light will get through better. Obviously I've still got to paint this, and I've still got to paint the inside to block the light. But that's where we sit at the moment. Okay, likely to be the last update for today, because I got to let a whole bunch of Aves cure. And to be honest, I'm starting to get a little tired, and I don't want to tackle anymore. It'll get involved. So, came to a couple of decisions. First one is the Harlot will be in flight. So, to that end, taking a piece of baseboard here, or basswood, and basswood, and drilled a hole through, and then cut a channel with my Dremel for the wire to come out to accommodate the brass tube here. I've also drilled a hole into the hull of the Harlot herself and secured the tube with some A's epoxy sculpt. That's what I've got to let cure up. I've also gone in and sprayed the interior with black, and then sprayed it again with a coat of aluminum to get my light blocking going. I've done the same with the upper part of the hull. Also went in and put on the two detail pieces that I neglected to put on earlier. I've also brushed on a coat of black and a coat of silver into the underside of the cockpit arm and the underside of the cockpit nose for some more light blocking. But at this point, that's pretty much where we sit. Not going to be able to get a whole lot more done, but after not doing anything on her for a week, I feel like I've got something accomplished.